What's up, guys? Ryan here doing another Think, Learn, and Be Vulnerable vlog. And got a new headset. Excited about that. And going to talk a little bit about the election. So I shot a bunch of vlogs in a row, and I kept most of them, but I'm going to have to rearrange the order, and this one's going to go in. So it's about a week, maybe a little longer, since Joe Biden was called as our president. Hell yeah. Very excited about that. Super happy. As you can tell, I'm not a big fan of Trump. And I thought about it, and I wanted to sort of talk about, like, what does this mean going forward? And what does this mean for the country? And things that I think are good, things I think are bad, etc. I don't normally like to get political, but I mean, if there was ever a time, now's the time. So things that I think are good. It sounds like Biden is going to remove a lot of Trump era programs that were just awful, downright awful. You know, he's going to end child separation and try to reunite the families. That sounds great. He's going to try to fix the educational system more, especially student loan debt. He's going to get rid of Betsy DeVos, obviously, because she was terrible and funneled everything into for-profit colleges. And he's got a coronavirus task force that has actual real doctors on it and not ones that talk about demon sperm as being a viable solution to things. So yeah, these are all good things. But I am reminded of an old Chris Rock joke where he talks about this guy, and the guy kept trying to get credit for things that he should already be doing. He was like, man, I ain't never go to jail. Be like, motherfucker, you ain't supposed to go to jail. That's not a good thing. That's the one of the bare minimum requirements. He goes, man, I ain't never beat my kids. You're not supposed to beat your kids. What do you want, a cookie? Would you like some credit for that? I could bake you a fucking lasagna for that. You know? It blows my mind that Trump was so bad that doing what I would consider the bare minimum of things that a president should do in a time of crisis, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's amazing that oh my God, what? He's not hiring his sons to do anything? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, wow. What? He's actually like trying to further education a little bit? Oh my God. He's trying to stop a pandemic that has been raging. We're number one in deaths. Number one. Go America. Number one at everything. Yay. Like, if all Joe Biden does is solve the pandemic, best president of my lifetime. And it blows my mind because that's how low we've set the bar. The bar is below where the bar should be. You know, like he has a task force with scientists on it. You're supposed to have task force with scientists on it. You know, he's not separating families at the border. You're not supposed to do that. You know, oh, he's trying to alleviate student loan debt. Yeah, that's a good thing. Like, student loan debt is crippling for so many people, and it forces them to pay an exorbitant cost for their education. And the assumption is that you're going to pay it off, but like all that time that you're paying it off is time that you could be spending utilizing your money better, and you're not able to. And so, yeah, these are just simple things that any sane person, anybody with a modicum of intelligence, would go into the presidency and do. And it just goes to show how bad Trump has really been. You know, the whole country's been on lockdown. The economy's in the toilet. I can't really leave the house. I haven't danced in a year. Like, yeah, simple shit. It should have been done. Crazy part is, Trump could have won. Easily. Easily could have won. In fact, if there's no pandemic, he probably would have won. And so the thing that we need to think about is how many people are out there that would not have cared much about things like George Floyd and racial injustice and systematic oppression, and just would continue to ignore it if the pandemic wasn't there. How many people would have continued to ignore how much the system screwed us over if Trump wasn't president? You know, if Hillary won. Trump was a huge price to pay to expose the wounds that our society still has. But it's entirely possible this will be a net gain for society. It's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen. But maybe it takes something like a pandemic forcing everybody to not bury their heads in the sand, even though they're burying themselves in their houses. We can't ignore a lot of things anymore, you know? And Biden winning is just the beginning of the changes that need to happen. And hopefully we do change them. But we can't ignore it anymore. They're in our face. How bizarre. How bizarre. Ooh, baby. It's making me crazy. But yeah. So what I would say to everyone out there, think, how can we make this world better? Learn about how to make this world better. And not just yourself, everyone. We got to care about our fellow human beings, about our fellow Americans. 70 million people still voted for Trump, despite all the terrible things he's done. Still voted for him. That's incredible. 240,000 people dead, and this guy still got 70 million votes. What does that say? It just says there's a lot of people out there who are putting their heads in the sand and are just saying, everything's fine. I'm good. As long as I'm good, it don't matter. You know? And how do we be vulnerable? We have to look at ourselves and then stop only looking at ourselves. And we got to realize there's a lot out there that needs to change. And if we're going to help future generations, if we're going to help our sons and daughters who are going to inherit this earth when we're gone, we have a lot of work to do and a lot of soul searching to do. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. I'll see you later.